So hello everyone. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to have this conversation with my friend Lotte for a long time because I have all of these thoughts about creativity and she has all of these interesting thoughts about creativity. And so I was thinking that if we sat down together and had a conversation about creativity, I think that would be amazing. It would be mind blowing, but also it'd be really useful for people to hear it because then they can kind of maybe form their own ideas about what creativity means to them. So this is my friend Lotte, my beautiful friend Lotte, and and I actually met her through a yoga school. So I'm really grateful for that yoga school because it did bring her into my life and lots of other beautiful people. And so I'm just going to start off with asking Lotte to introduce herself to us, just a little bit of what you do, how you live your life, what is your, what is your creative, why are you creative, etc., etc.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Lotte. I'm from the Netherlands, but currently I am living in Wales. I am helping also friends from the yoga school where Boom also is involved. Um, Me and my husband, we are helping them to create a kind of a retreat center with like systems and everything. So we are very excited and very happy that we can be here. Um, I guess creativity was always something when I was a young child. I always loved to draw. I always had a little kind of like booklet with me, something like this, something that I found very pretty, and a pen, and I was always creating like little houses and trees with little houses in it so you could live in that. And
Oh
I
wow.
guess my creativity was not only on paper, but also if I was climbing a tree, I was pretending that it was a ship and that the floor, like the grass, was water and that I needed to survive and that we could get some nuts out of the tree. And so my friends, well, some of them they resonated very well with me because they also could tap into that kind of creativity, like that fantasy. And with other people, I had another form of creativity. So I think I brought it from when I was a child into my life. Still daily, I am working on creative things. Also, very little things in life.
What do you mean by little things? Like, are you creating small things or big things? Like, how do you think creativity works with small things?
Mm, well, for me, I really resonate to um, with this beautiful energy. So if I'm sitting in a space which is, you can imagine a very boring office, like you just have a desk in front of you with a computer, for example, a light, maybe a bottle of water. But then I will empty my bag. So I have a little notebook over here and I have some pens and I always have like, for example, an etui where you can put in all your pencils and stuff. I just make sure that I bring all my um, nice things with me and then I put it around me. So I
Mhm.
create a little bit of a creative desk. Like I make it very cozy. And that's not something that I would do on work, but also, for example, if I make food, I always make sure that it looks like beautifully so I can present it for myself or even for other people. So
That's
it's
so
very
sweet.
special.
I love that. I love that. Actually, that's one of the things that I always notice about you is that even like if you look at the background there, like look at my space, look at how like it's just so austere. There's nothing going on in my space. But your space, you've kind of created like it's so beautiful, like little things here and there you kind of put together, and it makes it just perfect. And I always feel like this is something that I'm missing from my own creativity. I don't do that. I create on paper, I create on the computer, but I don't
Hmm.
create around me. I don't create on me. You're always creating with your hair, you're creating things with your clothes, you're always creating things. But me, I'm very much like, no, I'll just create on paper. So that's why I really love your creativity style because it permeates everything. It's like in everything. It's not just in paper, but it's like in your style, in your face, in everything. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of speak a little bit about your creativity process. Like how do you start if you get an idea, or how do you get an idea, and how do you go about creating something from that idea?
Mm, but normally before the yoga school, I was just, for example, walking around or listening to a piece of music, or like spontaneous an idea rised up in my head, or even when I was working, like I had an idea like, oh, but I need to make, like, for example, a list, but oh, I can add a little illustration so it looks already a little bit more nice.
Mm.
But what I noticed now lately, if sometimes if I do a meditation, then the meditation is not like stable with a lot of focus, and then I don't think of anything. But sometimes I'm just exploding because I have so many creative ideas.
Mm.
And what I do after that is some of them I write down.
Mm.
So they are somewhere like on paper, because sometimes my head is full of ideas. Also, the moment before I go to bed,
Mm.
then I have lots of ideas what I still can do, like how I can make things pretty. Or if I think, for example, of Boom, like, okay, oh, this would be a very nice logo, like randomly. Sometimes that's happening to me, but it's not only in a meditation. Sometimes I also have it when I'm walking outside. Then I'm walking and my feet make a certain rhythm, and then I feel like, oh, that's a music beat. I can sing on this. And then I'm going to pretend that I'm a singer and I'm going to sing. And then Sven, my husband, he's feeling a little bit awkward, but he also really likes it. And sometimes we are just singing, both of us. Or I see something pretty in nature, and then I feel like I need to make a picture of that because it's inspiring. And also conversations. So everything is an inspiration. You just have to look at it from a very fresh, childish, maybe, like a child. They
Mm.
also find everything interesting. If you look a little bit towards life like that, then
Yes.
probably ideas will rise to you, and don't suppress them with, that's a weird thought. No, let just everything come in. So to continue, sorry, I'm talking very
No, I
long.
love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, go on.
um so if I have all the ideas on paper,
Mm.
um some days I feel like, it's a special day for this creative project. And most of the time, I'm creating quite small, so more on postcard format,
Mm.
uh, size. Um, but I noticed lately that I also feel like bigger projects are also very nice. And it's not only on paper, it's also creating on the iPads, like digital
Yes.
illustrations.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's just leaving notes.
Mm,
So
interesting. For your husband?
no, in general,
Okay.
I will give an example, and maybe it's nice uh, to do because you are also traveling. So
Mhm.
sometimes, if you're traveling and you are sitting in a bus or in a train or I
Mm.
don't know what, make sure that you have a little note block with you, and you can write something on it. Maybe something that your heart want to share, or maybe you want to wish somebody a beautiful day, or you just
Mm.
gaze towards people and you feel like, oh, I really feel their love, and that they can relax in themselves, and you can write something down and you can leave it somewhere,
Wow.
for example on a seat of a bus or in the train, or
Mm.
a sticky note on the computer, or even in a market you can put a sticky note, I don't know, for example on a on um on something of food. I cannot think of
Yes, that's such a good idea, Lotte. I love that. I really love
and then
that.
you really spread a little bit of love, but it's not
Mm.
coming like, oh, I want to have something in return, because you leave it there. You don't write your name under it. You can do if you really want, but you can just leave it empty. And then you go away. And for sure, you will feel like, oh, I left a little bit of love for somebody.
Oh,
And
that's
it's quite
beautiful.
creative too.
Yes. Yes, that's amazing. That's lovely. I love that. So you call it you're leaving notes.
Mm, yeah, that's a good way to say it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
lots of those little, you can do lots of little small things in daily life. And people forget that sometimes because they are so in their pattern. Like, I need to wake up, I need to have a shower, food, then I need to go to work, then I come back, I want to have some more food, then I want to look towards Netflix, for example.
Yes.
And then your whole day is filled with that routine. But if you take like little things, maybe I can leave some little things behind so people
Mm,
haven't. But if you take small creative things into your daily life, then your
yes.
day can be new. It can be inspiring. It can be, oh, it's a very different day than normal.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Like you said.